seems to be a clarification from Digvijaya Singh about the remark that he made about the surgical strikes yesterday. He's saying, and I quote, "I have the greatest regard and respect for defense forces." When reporters had asked questions, Jairam Ramesh was again seen pushing journalists and mics. And he was even heard saying, "Pradhan Mantri ji se puchiye." Let's listen to some audio that we're getting from that.
But NI has already presented a charge sheet in this regard. That is a bulkiest that you are providing handed to Pakistan but raising such questions. But you have given a statement. How it can be wrong?
The comments made are the comments by the opposition. I have got the greatest regard and respect for our defense forces, and I hold them in highest esteem.
But NI has already presented a charge sheet in this regard. That is the bulkiest charge sheet that says the 19 people were in that charge sheet, including Masood Azhar, handiwork of Pakistan.
Enough. Please allow us to walk.
All right, so that was that interaction where we heard what Digvijay was saying. Now, remember what he had said yesterday was that they, and he referred to the center when saying they, talk about surgical strikes, and they have killed so many of them, referring to, again, terrorists, but there is no proof. That is, again, him seeking proof on surgical strikes. To this, the BJP had said that this is a party that constantly insults our forces. We're crossing over to CNN News 18's senior editor, Pallavi Ghosh, to get us more details. Pallavi, we now have a statement from Digvijay saying, "I have the greatest regard and respect for defense forces." Do we see this as a justification, a clarification, or a U-turn? What exactly is this?
But I mean, very clearly, the Congress party is very uncomfortable with that comment of Digvijay Singh. So two things have happened here. We saw Jairam Ramesh in the evening yesterday tweet out and make it very clear that the comments of Digvijay Singh were his own. It's got nothing to do with the Congress party. And today, Digvijay Singh also issues this clarification because he was asked also to do so. He was making this comment in Jammu and Kashmir, which is the last leg of the Bharat Jodo Yatra. And whenever in the past the Congress party has seemingly questioned the surgical strikes, it always hit them politically and also electorally. I don't think the Congress party did want to take that chance, which is why we saw that clarification coming in from Digvijay Singh and the Congress party completely distancing itself from his earlier comments.
Now, do you think it's going to be possible, because the party has distanced itself from Digvijay, could they maybe take action against him for the comments that he made?
I don't think they're going to take any action as per se. I mean, this is a big snub enough. I mean, he's a senior leader of the Congress party. And if the party officially says that, his comments are his own, I think this would be a biggest snub enough. And I think the messaging has also gone across to all the other party leaders that at least on surgical strikes, on sensitive issues, just don't make any kind of comments which could hurt the chances of the Congress party and give an issue to the BJP.
Absolutely. And for the benefit of our viewers, would you be able to go over what the BJP had said in response to what Digvijay said yesterday?
Well, I mean, the BJP, of course, kept on attacking the Congress and said, there you have it. I mean, they talk about the Bharat Jodo Yatra, but they make comments which are against the whole grain of a united India. But more than that, when you start asking for proof of surgical strikes, are you insinuating that you don't have any faith or trust in our armed forces? So the Congress...
जो बोला स्टेज से कि सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक है, उसका कोई सबूत नहीं है।
इसके बारे में कांग्रेस पार्टी को जो कुछ कहना है, कल मैंने ट्वीट किया है। बिल्कुल साफ भाषा में मैंने कहा है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी का क्या रवैया है इस मुद्दे पर। मतलब इसके ऊपर मैं और कुछ नहीं कहूंगा। अभी भारत जोड़ो यात्रा
जो हमारी भारतीय फौज है, उसके लिए क्या कांग्रेस
भारत जोड़ो यात्रा आज अभी नगरोटा से शुरू हो रही है। जो कुछ मुझे सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक पर कहना है, कांग्रेस पार्टी का क्या रवैया है, सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक 2019 का, 2014 के पहले जो सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक हुए थे, उसके बारे में बिल्कुल स्पष्ट भाषा में मैंने जो कुछ कहना है कह दिया।
जिसका दिग्विजय सिंह
अभी ये हो गया और मैं कोई सवाल नहीं।
All right, we're crossing back over to CNN News 18 senior editor Pallavi Ghosh. Pallavi, could you continue with what you were saying before we listened into what Jairam Ramesh? had to say?
So, well, what BJP essentially, I was just talking about, the BJP started talking about the duplicity of the Congress party. That over here you talk about reviving the old pension scheme. You say you care for the army. You want to have a Bharat Jodo Yatra because India is divided. But, you have your senior leaders, for example, making comments which seems to be questioning the army's action during the surgical strikes. There was an internal report of the Congress party in 2019, which had actually admitted the fact that when it came to the election results and when it came to the strategy, the comments questioning the surgical strikes had boomeranged on the Congress party. And therefore, that was one of the main reasons why the party had not fared well in the Lok Sabha elections. It's after that the party, I think, took a conscious call to stay away from this narrative. But unfortunately, Digvijaya Singh's earlier comments yesterday has reignited the entire issue.
Absolutely. Now, beyond this, we also had visuals and audio of reporters asking questions to Jairam Ramesh. Apparently, he was seen pushing journalists, microphones, and apparently he was also heard saying, Pradhan Mantri ji se poochiye. Isn't this also a bit of a strange response, considering that the Congress has already distanced itself from what Digvijay had to say, but then you have Jairam Ramesh saying Pradhan Mantri ji se poochiye. Do you think this could ignite a further war of words?
So I think what the Congress party also made it very clear yesterday, that not that we are questioning the surgical strikes, but there are certain questions which need to be asked. I mean, was there an intel failure? How is it that the terrorists came in with 300 RDX with 300 kgs of RDX? Was there an intelligence failure? What were the intelligence agencies doing? Why is it that there was a complete security failure at that point of time? This is also a question which the government needs to answer, and I think that's exactly what Jairam Ramesh was referring to.
All right, Pallavi, thank you so much for joining us and for giving us all of those details and for putting this into context. We're going to listen in to some statements.
The comments by the opposition, I've got the greatest regard and respect for our defense forces, and I hold them in highest esteem.
Please allow us to walk now. प्रधानमंत्री से सवाल पूछिए प्रधानमंत्री से सवाल पूछिए बिल्कुल स्पष्ट भाषा में मैंने जो कुछ कहना है
जिस पर दिग्विजय सिंह
अभी ये हो गया और मैं कोई सवाल नहीं
that charge sheet, including Masood Azhar, handiwork of Pakistan.
So again, that is Digvijay Singh making essentially a clarification, saying, I have the greatest regard and respect for defense forces. Beyond that, we also saw an interaction with Jairam Ramesh, who was seen pushing journalists. You can see those visuals on your screens right now. He was pushing journalists and microphones, and he was even heard saying, Pradhan Mantri ji se poochiye. And this is again about the statement that Digvijay had made yesterday, and there was massive furor over it. Again, he had asked the centre for proof about the surgical strikes. He'd even said that, the centre constantly says that there were surgical strikes, and they also say that they have killed many people, of course referring to terrorists, but they do not offer proof. That is the statement that Digvijay had made yesterday. And again, the Congress, we do want to outline this, the Congress has distanced itself from his remark, saying that this is